Reds will send up Paul O'Neill, Herm Winningham, and Jeff Reed to face Laurel Hershiser. O'Neill struck out leading off the second. Paul, a couple of RBIs last night. Had 2 base hits and walked once, so he was 2 for 3. O'Neill now with 59 RBIs on the year and 13 home runs. Hershiser still loosening up on the mound, and now he delivers his last pitch, and Dempsey's throw down to Sachs, and O'Neill on his way to the plate. Each team with 2 hits. The Reds had back-to-back singles with 2 out in the third, a walk to Daniels before Davis was called out on strikes, so went down swinging on a controversial call by Bruce Fleming, the plate umpire, and Eric not at all happy with the call. That could cost him 100, I believe. Well, Hershiser ready to go to work on Paul O'Neill. And he delivers, and O'Neill swings, and he grounds to Anderson at short, who fields, throws on to Woodson, 1 out. And right now we pause for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
A body's been found near the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Police say it might be that of a missing Springfield Township woman. And we'll have tonight's winning Ohio lottery numbers. Michael Leland, news after the game on News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
1 away, and Herm Winningham steps in. Herm grounded to Sachs at second in the second inning, and he grounds this one foul off the first baseline. Winningham, a .256 batting average with 20 RBIs with the Reds. Herm is hitting .282 with 14 RBIs, a double and 3 triples. Hershiser checking with Dempsey. And the 0-1. Check swing, and it's outside. Count evens, a ball, a strike. A 1-1 delivery, and it again misses high and outside. 2-1 to count now to Herm Winningham. American League, the Angels beating the Rangers 2-1 in the 9th inning at Texas. Twins and the White Sox, 12th inning now, tied 5-5, and the Orioles beat the Blue Jays 7-4. 2 balls to strike to Winningham. Reed waiting on deck, and the 2-1 pitch taken inside, breaking ball. 3-1. Ready with the 3-1 to Winningham. He delivers, and
10 o'clock in Chicago. WTN Radio Chicago. Judy River, a beautiful story.
Jeff Reed about it. Jeff trying to get some waits on deck with 2 out. Even a .225 batting average is driven in 15. Those guys are working, and Reed taking at the knees, a curl strike. Here's the 0-1, and Reed checks his swing on the breaking pitch that's inside. 1-1. Dempsey hangs the sign. And Hershiser delivers the 1-1, and Reed looks at it, ball 2. 2 balls to strike to Jeff Reed. The Reds have had 2 opportunities to score with 2 outs through the first 3 innings. Bases loaded in the third. pitch to Reed is low, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. In the first inning, they had Larkin at second with 1 out, but unable to get the big hit, and bases loaded in the third with 2 out. 3-1 delivery, and Reed checks here up, take a half swing and a pitch down and away. A full count now to Jeff Reed. Hershiser ready with a payoff, and Reed swings and bounces it foul behind the plate. Shelby shading to left in center field, and Hatcher moves a couple of steps towards center and right. Gibson straight away and left. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Third hit of the game for the Reds, and that'll bring Ron Oster to the plate with 2 out. Ron struck out leading off the 3rd inning. Ron Oster. So 2-out base runner in Jeff Reed. And now Hershiser wants to have a talk with Tracy Woodson. Oster steps in with a .268 batting average. Hershiser sets and delivers, and Oster takes it low and outside, a ball. Tommy Lasorda on it tonight before the game for his 1,000th career victory as a manager. It's taken again outside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes to Ron Oster. Hershiser has the sign. He delivers, and Oster takes a strike on the outside corner. 2-1. A win for the Reds tonight, and 1 tomorrow will make it 3.5 as they return to Riverfront. Oster looks at ball 3 outside. Well, 3-1 now to Ron Oster. Norm Charlton will be the batter should Oster get on. He's stretched by Hershiser. And the pitch, and Oster swings and misses. The pitch down. Full count.
Hey, Reds fans, baseball season's at the halfway point, and Whoppers Malted Milk Balls, Milk Duds Caramels, and Jolly Rancher Fruit Candies are teaming up with Major League Baseball to offer your family the chance to win a terrific baseball vacation. Your family can win $25,000 cash, plus an all-expenses-paid vacation to next year's All-Star Game, Spring Training, or the World Series. And your child can serve as an honorary bat boy or girl. Other prizes include a Chevy Beretta, IBM computers, and Fuji cameras. cameras. For complete details on how to enter, see the Whoppers, Milk Duds, and Jolly Rancher ad in your newspaper on August 21st. To enter by mail, print your name and address on a 3x5 card and send it to Leaf Dream Steaks, P.O. Box 4190, Monticello, Minnesota 55365. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Winners will not perform actual bat boy duties. Contest ends December 31st, 1988.
When things get hot, cool is all you got. Doing it country cool. Doing it country cool. Get on out when the heat comes on with the cool, smooth Mountain Dew. Doing it country cool.
Dodgers in the bottom half of the fourth will send up Gibson, Hatcher, and Shelby to face Norm Charlton. They've had a couple of base hits, one by Jeff Hamilton in the second and the other by Oral Hershiser in the third. Well, the cheer, the football game going on in Pasadena. UCLA leading Nebraska 41-20. Kurt Gibson leads it off. Gibson walked in the first inning and then was out on the front end of a double play hit into by Mickey Hatcher. Charlton waiting on Gibson to settle into the batter's box. Kurt is there. Charlton checks in with Jeff Reed, and the first pitch to Gibson on the way. Then Kurt swings and grounds it foul off the first base line. Gibson back into the batter's box. Charlton delivers the 0-1, and a sidearm fastball is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield about straight away to Gibson. The 1-1 up high with a change. 2 balls to strike. Gibson back in as Charlton delivers the 2-1, and Kurt swings and misses a breaking ball. 2-2. Gibson, you talk about pitchers taking time. Kurt Gibson takes a lot. He steps out after every field line, giving chase Ron Oster, and he can't quite get through it as he winds up against the tarpaulin. So a good effort by Ron Oster. He went a long way after that, and Davis was there, and that was
You make tiny payments. Just fill out a quick and easy credit application at your Marathon service station.
0% interest on credit cards from Marathon. Can you believe it?
In on him and down. 1 ball, 1 strike. The final shot for the Reds in the 9th inning will consist of O'Neill, Winningham, and Reed. Hamilton a swing and a miss on a high fastball. Well, the bullpen work has again been good tonight from Williams and now from Murphy. It was a matter, as far as the starter Charlton was concerned, of really not doing anything at all to help himself. Lasting only 4 2/3 innings. Swing and a miss. Pitch up. Hamilton a strikeout victim, number 2 for Murphy, and that'll bring up Tracy Woodson. When you're cruising those highways, remember your friends at Marathon, because your car knows Marathon is best in the long run. Woodson is 0 for 2 with a walk. We'll pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network.
Well, the great music of Hitsville, USA, the music of Motown. On a Motown Soul Hot Wax weekend, this is Dusty Rhodes, and we're going to close it out this Sunday following the Dodgers and Reds game with a tribute to Smokey Robinson and the Miracles here on 700 WLW.
Murphy to Woodson, ball one, 2 out, 8 innings. Dodgers 3, Reds nothing. A victory puts them 2 balls in those strikes. A lot of people out here have been moaning the fact that the Dodger offense has been so woefully poor, but good pitching will make up for a lot of shortcomings, and we have certainly seen evidence of that tonight from Oral Hershiser. Murphy behind 3-0. Tomorrow the Reds throw a third straight lefty at him in 15-game winner Tom Browning. And it'll be right-hander Tim Belcher, the Ohio native, a 10-game winner. Browning, this season on the road, has been quite something else. He has won 12 and lost 2. There's ball 4. Will be going for the Reds tomorrow, trying to get what right now would appear to be the rubber game of the series. That's it. This morning at Murphy stretches, kicks, and he throws, and Dempsey attacks the ball and circles over for the Reds dugout. The count on the Dodger catcher. All the losses now are truly magnified for Cincinnati and to a lesser degree for Houston, but even more so when you go head-to-head against the #1 team in the division.
The first runner-up, Miss Colorado, Maya Walker. The second runner-up, Miss Oklahoma, Lori Kelly.
Rose report last night, but I think it was more than evident to everybody that basically that was the case. 1-2 the count. The stretch in the pitch, and Dempsey lines it foul to right as it bends out of play. Dropping into the seats. They got 2 in the 4th. They scored another in the 5th inning. While the Reds have had 3 opportunities at Hershiser, and against the good ones, you've got to make the most of those chances because normally you're not going to get too many of them. And the Reds, given 3 chances tonight, have been unable to dent the plate, but they'll have one more shot at them. Here's a drive to left. And that ball is out of here for a 2-run home run. Rick Dempsey jumping all over a 1-2 pitch. Home run number 7, 5-0 Dodgers, and realistically, you can go ahead and call in the dogs now. Two-run, 2-out home run here in the 8th, and the Dodgers with a big 5-run lead. That is only the 3rd home run that Murphy has served up this season. And all of this coming after the first 2 batters had been set aside. The walk to Woodson precedes the Dempsey home run, and here's Hershiser ball. Two balls and no strikes to count. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. The way Hershiser has been pitching, I don't know that that home run is really going to make a whole lot of difference, but it is really a deep hole. The Reds now will have to dig themselves out of with only one more at bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Hershiser looks at one. And the pitch. And a big bouncing ball. Oster waits and gets. Ron throws, and that's the inning. But 2 runs, 1 hit, and after 8.
Unofficial estimates place the number of dead
2-run lead for Earl Hershiser. 3 outs away from his 20th victory of the year and his 5th shutout. It'll be O'Neill to start it off, then Winningham, and then Reed. Also would be if he finishes Hershiser's 5th consecutive complete game. And he would push his career record against Cincinnati to an impressive 11-5. That isn't bad enough. He will be the opening game pitcher against the Reds next Friday night at Riverfront, due to the fact the Dodgers have Thursday off. So he pitches tonight, and he'll pitch in Cincinnati on Friday night. O'Neill, a ground ball in the hole, backhanded by Anderson, throwing, and got it. Nice play by Dave Anderson. That caps off an 0-for-4 night for O'Neill and brings up Winningham, who's 0-for-3 tonight, and 0-for-7 in the series.
For the nighttime hours, we'll see it down to near 59 degrees. Looks like it'll be a little bit warmer if you're near the lake shore. Then partly sunny and warm weather.
All of Reds pitchers have allowed the Dodgers, but there have been other factors that have come into play, enabling the Dodgers to put 5 markers on the board. 4-1. Line drive, left center field, caught by Shelby. There are 2 men out. Reed is fly to left, single and walk. Well, they talked in the L.A. papers this morning. Really the only 2 contenders. Realistically, for the Cy Young Award right now, Jackson of the Reds and Hershiser of the Dodgers. Pitches low for a ball, and even if Hershiser gets the shutout, his numbers across the board don't approach those of Danny Jackson, but he certainly didn't hurt his chances tonight with the way he has pitched. The 1-0 delivery. That's high, ball 2. And if the Dodgers go on and win the division, and they are without question in the driver's side of the seat right now, you wonder how much of an importance that would lend itself to Hershiser's chances of winning the Cy Young. Line drive to left, down the line. That's in there. It goes to the wall, and Reed will coast into second base, standing up with an opposite field 2-out double. Well, Jeff has swung the bat very well in this series. He had 2 hits last night. His second hit tonight. This one a 2-base hit. That's his 8th double of the year and his second in as many nights in this series, and it will enable Ron Oster to bat. Ron grounded a single to right in the 7th. Seven hits, but they have certainly not been meaningful against Hershiser, who's not hurt himself. He's walked 3 batters, and he's spaced them out. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 7th. Oster grounds it foul off the first base side. Strike 1. Oh, a base hit now means a run. Reed backing off the second base bag as Hershiser looks back that way and comes to the plate. And Ron fouls it off, and he's down. Strike 2 and nothing. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the 9th. Dodgers 5, Reds nothing. It was Jackson, the Reds' best, beating the Dodgers last night. And it's Hershiser, the Dodgers' best, 1 out away from beating the Reds tonight. Hershiser stretches, the pause, and the pitch. And Oster takes it high and tight. He did not go around, but Dempsey saying, what the heck, we'll take a shot anyway, and ask for the ruling from Jerry Davis at 3rd. Oster settling back in. Dempsey in the crouch, hangs aside. Hershiser in with a pitch. And strike 3 is called, and that's it. Hershiser shuts out the Reds 5-0. We'll be back in just a moment.
The pitching staff of the Mets without Bob Ojeda. We have received a clarification on Ohida's injury and operation today. It had been earlier reported that it was the index finger, or the pointer, if you will, of his left hand. It is, in fact, the middle finger or longest finger of his left hand. It was nearly severed at the first joint near the end and has been repaired.
Certainly understandable with all the confusion and everything surrounding the Bobby Ojeda incident this afternoon.
Jordan, I don't know whether they fouled the ball off or it hit him. Probably was fouled off and hit him in the process. It's 0-2.
Where is the process?
Ball hit me right in the process. That's the most painful part.
No wonder I flunked out of med school.
Going up in that anatomy.
Didn't know where the process was.
Well, some players don't know what the process is.
Well, an update in St. Louis, 2-0 Pittsburgh over the Cardinals in the 8th inning.
Well, that was a pretty good process on his part. Jordan hitting it down into the corner. He may go for 3. He will, and he'll make it. The ball bounding over the head of Howard Johnson. So no chance for a relay. Strawberry had a little trouble with it in the corner. I'm sure it goes a triple all the way for Jordan leading off tonight.
And also, this is one of those balls that cannot be caught. Watch Strawberry go after it. Whoops, it's elusive little devil. Come here. Now watch the throw. The throw bounds high over the head of Howard Johnson. It missed Wally Backman. It bounces over Johnson's head, and finally it's stopped by Greg Jeffrey. And that looks like it's going to be all for Sid Fernandez.
Davy Johnson out. And Sid will not finish the game. Sid with only 1 complete game, but he gets a standing ovation. 7 S's. Sid leaves with nobody out here in the 9th, leading 4-2. He gave up 6 hits. He struck out 7 and walked 2. Randy Myers will relieve after this for your Tri-State Chevrolet dealer.
Nothing to show for it. He lined out 3 times the first ball game, and last night the same thing. Really not much to show for. Some pretty good swings. He looks to his third base coach. Now he climbs in. He's over 2 with a pop-up and a line drive to center. Infielders back up. Runners at the corners. 2 down. 6-0 Chicago. And a fly ball right field. Gallagher has it measured. So Heligus has shut out the Rangers through 7 innings. No runs on 2 hits, the first 2 in the game for Texas. And 2 left on. That's 3 stranded tonight for the Rangers. As we go to the 8th inning, 6-0 White Sox.
The Clydesdales, the symbol of Budweiser quality. A Beechwood aging. The choicest natural ingredients, and a genuine commitment to freshness and taste. One beer lives up to all this. Budweiser. They may sell like bullshit, but it's the truth.
There's nothing quite like it anyplace else. You can feel it. That's too much. Chicago, oh Chicago, feel it all over Chicago's mind. The Bears aren't the only game in town, but when it comes to complete sports coverage, we are. Chicago, oh Chicago, take a look inside.
Carlos Martinez and Lance Johnson. They're the three batters coming up for the White Sox here in the 8th inning. With the Sox leading the Rangers tonight, 6-0. Gallagher hit a home run in the first, his 5th of the year. Then Guillen tripled in the 3rd. He came home on an error when Steve Buechele mishandled Lance Johnson's hot shot there at the corner. Lance Johnson advanced to 2nd on a balk and scored on Dave Gallagher's base hit. Then the White Sox picked up 3 runs in the 5th inning. A base hit, a walk, a fielder's choice, and an error, allowing a run to score. Then a walk, an RBI single by Dan Pasqua, an RBI single by Mike Diaz, and a 6-0 game. 1-0 on Ozzie Guillen. Ed Vandenberg pitching now for the Rangers, and a play for the shortstop, Jeff Kunkel. Close, but out at first base, Ozzie Guillen. 6 in a row have been retired by Vandenberg since he took over for Guy Hoffman. And Vandenberg is the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Texas Rangers. Carlos Martinez, he is fouled out in a double play and got a base hit his last time up. 1 out of 3 tonight, hitting at .212 now. They play Martinez to full with center fielder Odom McDowell moving over a step or two. One strike on Martinez. I think he's a little upset he didn't offer on the pitch.
That's a pretty good breaking ball by Vandenberg. I'm sure these two have never met before, so it really takes a little while to get used to that one pitcher. Vandenberg is a breaking ball pitcher, though.
A ground ball to the right side. O'Brien plays the short hop. Little put the Vandenberg 2 down. Action in the White Sox bullpen now with 2 men out here in the top of the 8th inning. Ken Patterson, the left-hander, number 34, and right-hander Don Paul warm up down the left field line.
Who's the left-hander?
Ken, don't call me Kenny Patterson.
Okay. Kenneth. Waco's own Ken Patterson. He's got a good arm. I think we're going to see Ken operate from the stretch position, even if he makes another start. He seems to feel more comfortable in that rather than winding up.
Lance Johnson, he's 1 for 4 this game. A strikeout, reaching on an error, a base hit, a ground out, 2 runs scored. And Lance takes the ball up the middle. Kunkel with a diving stop. And the throw got it. Lance has denied a big hit on a diving, dazzling play by Jeff Kunkel. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on after 7.5. 6-0 Chicago. Well, Sportsvision has a knockout of an evening plan for you on Thursday. Tom Paciorek will strangle the Texas broadcaster Eric. No, we showed that last night. You'll see boxing from the LA Forum at 8 on Thursday, building up to the 10-round heavyweight championship fight with Paul Banky against Carlos Romero. It's Fight at the Forum, boxing Thursday at 8 on Sportsvision. Chicago's winners on cable. Fred Manrique is in the game now, playing second base. And Lyons moves over to third base for the White Sox. We're in the bottom of the 8th and 6-0 for the White Sox over the Rangers. Jack Kruger's the leadoff batter. And center field, Lance Johnson's coming in. And we have 1 out. Buechele bats, nobody on, 1 away. Buechele is over 2, fly ball to left field and a fly ball to center.
I've got 12 outs to the outfielders tonight for Sean Hilligan. So what that pretty much means tonight, they're really not making good contact. A few times they hit line drives to the outfielders, but they've been getting underneath them. So it really tells me that Sean's got pretty good life on his fastball, because most of them have been routine fly balls.
1 out. And a strike.
Actually, that's 13 balls hit in the air that have been caught. So a lot of pop-ups and fly balls tonight for Hilligan.
A ball, back-to-back home runs beat him in Minnesota, Tom. Jim Dwyer, Gene Larkin. And it seems like he's been getting the fly ball outs from the hitters who are hitting all that well and getting line drives from the good hitters.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Well, it looked to me like Sean got a little tired in that ball game in Minnesota. A little arm weary, maybe. There's Dwayne Henry. He has really changed his delivery and looks like he might be something for the Rangers. They'll probably come on to work the 9th inning.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. High ball 3-1 on Steve Buechele.
Well, right there, that's the pitch that the Rangers have been making out on all night long. It's that fastball, just about the letters that the umpires are never going to call strikes. And they have not been able to put that ball into play hard all night.
Foul ball and a 3-2 count on Buechele.
Same pitch right there.
Buechele back in with a full count. 9th inning now in St. Louis. Pittsburgh 5 and St. Louis nothing. All the rest of the action final. Fly ball down the left field line. Dan Pasqua on the run all the way to the track, and he makes the catch at the 3:30 sign. 2 outs in the 8th inning, and another fly ball out for Sean Hilligus. Here's the shortstop, Jeff Kunkel. He has not put the ball in play tonight. He has struck out twice.
I'll tell you, one thing I really noticed about the Ranger lineup, when you lost, first with the absence of Larry Parrish, he's gone, and there's a power factor that's missing, but Pete Incaviglia not being able to play is really a big blow to this club right now.
Ball 1 on Kunkel. That takes a home run bat out of the lineup. Parrish is gone.
Yeah, well, right now the only 2 guys that can actually capable of hitting a lot of home runs are O'Brien and Sierra. So not much power factor there.
Popped up, short center field. Enrique going back, and he calls for it and makes the catch. And the Rangers go in order in the 8th inning, so we move on to the 9th with the White Sox leading 6-0.
The best is what you get at your Chrysler dealer.
Now get the Cellular One hands-free car phone at no charge when you buy any new 88 Chrysler New Yorker or Chrysler New Yorker Landau. Both have the Crystal Key program, better owner protection than Rolls-Royce or Mercedes. Get a great New Yorker deal, plus the Cellular One car phone at no charge. Hurry, limited time offer.
In Waukegan, visit Lake County Chrysler Plymouth.
Train number 12, now entering the station. Okay, this is us.
Excuse me, bud. Hey, watch it, bud.
That seat taking? No, go ahead, bud.
Hey, hold the door! Introducing the Budweiser Long Necks to Go. Now in handy 12 and 6-pack.
You done with that paper?
Flight 12 now boarding.
Come on, bud. On window or not? Window, bud. Excuse me, bud. Hey, this is the overhead.
Not smoking, bud.
Is this a dinner flight?
Introducing the Budweiser Long Necks to Go. Now in handy 12
Hey, check out the window. Commuter flight.
and 6-packs.
You can eat those peanuts.
Drugs can impair vision permanently. Drugs can destroy muscle development and coordination permanently. And drugs can kill permanently.
Don't let drugs destroy your dream. Stop before you start.
Join Harold Baines in Comiskey Park on Saturday, September 24th for Stop Substance Abuse Night. All proceeds benefit sports teams organized for prevention of substance abuse.
Harold hammers the height. The next White Sox game on Sportsvision comes your way Friday night at 7:30 when the Sox take on the Kansas City Royals at Comiskey Park. The starting pitchers, Jerry Royce and Brett Saberhagen. That's at 7:30 on Friday. Right here on Sportsvision, Chicago's winners on cable.
We've got another pitching change for the Rangers. He's Dwayne Henry. Has no record, a 6.23 earned run average, appearing in his 8th ball game. 1 save in 8 2/3 innings. He's given up 11 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, walking 5 and striking out 8. And the American League is hitting .297 against Dwayne Henry so far this year. He's a big guy, power pitcher, about 6'4", goes about 225 pounds. And they have really altered his delivery. He used to be straight over the top, had control problems. Right now, he seems like he's going to be a sidewinder, which would make him doubly tough on right-handed hitters because he'll be able to hide the ball a little bit more and get the added movement, that better sinker coming from the side.
Dave Gallagher has put together a good ball game. 2 for 2, homer, single, 2 runs batted in, 2 walks. He leads off the 9th inning. And
and a breaking ball, ball one to Gallagher, who's working on a .310 batting average. They swing around toward right field for Gallagher. And working him outside, Henry pulls behind 2-0. Following the ball game on the Chicago Sun-Times Sports Authority report, Chet Kopic will be talking it over with Ed Brinkman, the White Sox defense coach, coaching there on the bench with Jim Fregosi. 3-0 on Gallagher. Probably talk about all those great days with the Washington Senators.
The Nasty Nats. Frankie will tell you some great stories about those guys. Of course, when he went to Detroit, played on a couple of pennant winners and a world championship team, I believe.
Gallagher walks for the third time tonight. Henry walks his first man. And the White Sox have the leadoff man on for the fourth time in the game.
Designated hitter Harold Baines.
Harold Baines will step in now, and he's looking for his first hit. Harold hit into a fielder's choice in the fifth inning and came around to score a run. We're in the last inning of the road trip for the White Sox, who have 1-3 in Minnesota, and they're trying to take 2 of 3 from the Rangers. Sox are 5-4 against Texas this year. Ball one on Harold Baines.
Interesting stat up on the board right now, John. Harold Baines is the only player in the major leagues with 20-plus homers and a batting average of 280-plus in the last 5 seasons. Seems like somebody else would have done that, although that's a nice record to have.
It is. Harold ahead in the count 2-0. Bob Valentine doesn't like what he sees with Gallagher walking and Baines getting a 2-0 count. Of course, Harold this year hitting .278.
Yeah, the power factor really hasn't been there all year for Harold. He's been hitting the ball much more to the opposite field than he has in the past. Starting to pick up his batting average right now.
12 homers, 75 runs batted in for Harold.
That's a good year for a lot of guys, but certainly not up to Harold Baines type numbers.
And Harold fouls it away. I said 278 for Harold, 273. Harold's average coming in, so that's dropped a point or two.
Harold's 0 for 4 on the game so far tonight. He'd like to get that one hit and go home.
Foul out of play. And Mitch Williams is doing some throwing in the bullpen. 2-2 on Baines. And the ball got away down the right field line.
Well, actually, John, the only effective pitcher that the Rangers threw out there tonight was Vandenberg.
He had 2 2/3 innings and 2 strikeouts. No hits, no walks. A ball that goes all the way back to the screen allows Gallagher second base. And he'll stay there. Gallagher goes to second on the wild pitch. And here's a look at it.
Another look, holds on to it just a little bit too long, trying to get on top of that sinker a little bit, and Cruder really doesn't do a good job of getting in front of that ball. Tried to backhand it, and when the ball is coming in at 90-mile-an-hour plus, like Dwayne Henry throws, that's very difficult for play for him to make, although a wild pitch has been called.
3-2, and Harold Baines pops it up. Will it stay in play for Steve Buechele? No, it won't.
No, it works just the opposite here, John. Most ballparks, you know how the ball will come back into play. This just works the opposite. On both foul lines, it'll always blow foul. And with very little foul area at Arlington Stadium, it's you don't fall out here too many times.
3-2 on Harold. Nobody out. Gallagher at second base. He walked in, advanced on a wild pitch. And Baines is out on strikes. Second time Harold has struck out tonight. And that's the first strikeout for Dwayne Henry. 1-on-1 out for Carlton Fisk.
There's good movement on this pitch by Henry to get Harold to go fishing. Like the pitch was down and out of the strike zone, but watch, here's the funky motion coming at you, and then he opens up. Yeah, that pitch was down and in. And see Harold's head right there. That's why he didn't make contact, because he pulled off the ball. There was good movement on the ball down and away, though. Carlton Fisk batting, hitting .276, 17 homers, 46 runs batted in. Strike one on Pudge. And this guy is no fun to hit off from the right side of the plate. He's had a history of a reputation really as being wild, and he's a flamethrower. Get it up there 92, 94 miles an hour. That's a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. In the American League, the only game still going. In the third in California, 2-2 between Milwaukee and the Angels. The Yankees won over Baltimore 3-2, so the Yankees picked up a game on Baltimore.